Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Cast. Welcome to my reaction for the Steinsgate openings and endings. So for those of you that didn't see it, I posted a poll over on my Patreon deciding what my next reaction series would be, and it was between Hunter x Hunter and Steinsgate. And surprisingly enough, despite how popular I know Hunter x Hunter is, Steinsgate actually managed to win. I've been watching anime for over a decade now, and Steinsgate and Hunter x Hunter were definitely the two most popular shows that I've never seen before, so I figured now is finally the time to check one of them off the box. But I figured before we do that, let's check out the openings. So before I jump into any content on a new series, I always like to level with you guys and tell you exactly what I know about it going into it. And in the case of Steinsgate, it's not too much. I've only seen two characters. I've seen like a scientist looking guy, and I think his name is Okabe. I'm actually not sure about that. I've seen that name floating around in the space for a while, and I've seen a red-haired woman, a red-haired girl. I don't know who she is or really anything about these characters. The guy looks like a scientist, I think. The only thing plot related that I know about this show is that I'm pretty sure this is a story that involves time travel, and like I said, I think so. I don't even know, and I don't know anything more than that, so that's pretty much my entire comprehensive knowledge on the show, which, so it's not very much going into it. It's about as blind as it's gonna get. And of course, a little bit about me, in case you're new here and you want to understand the angle that I'm coming at this with. I started this channel a little bit over a year ago now, and my intention with it all is to check out series that I've never checked out before in order to share my experiences and learn something new. My focus tends to be on the more deeper aspects of a show, like the morals, the ethics, the psychology, the plot analysis, generally whatever pretentious stuff I can lay my hands on. That's what I like to do. I like to take away as much as I can from the series, understand what the author's getting at or what the creator's getting at, and just enjoy the series to the fullest on the first watch. And I like to throw in a bit of a disclaimer before I do these. I'm not a hype reactor. I'm not going to be screaming or bouncing off the walls or freaking out while I listen to these songs. I'm not that type of guy. I don't have that kind of energy. I just wanted to throw that out there in case that's what you're here for, that's what you're looking for. You're probably not going to get that. I'm still going to enjoy them though. I gotta say, it's been quite a while since I've done one of these, so I'm a little bit nervous, but if you want to check out my reaction to the first episodes of Steinsgate, you don't have to wait. It's over on my Patreon if that interests you, but that's pretty much it. Let's get straight into it. And of course, you know how these things are. If the video or the sound is a little bit messed up, it's because of copyright. I'm going to keep it as normal as I can for you guys, but just so you know. Alright, this is opening one. I've heard one of these openings before. It might be this one. Sounds familiar. A lot of different characters already. Okay, there's that guy I know. A lot of them. Back to back. Either a wife or an assistant or something. That's the girl I've seen before. I'm wondering how big of a cast this show has. There's the clocks, something to do with time, of course. These two are always kind of looking in each other's direction, but never facing each other. So it makes me feel like there's some sort of distance. Oh yeah, this is the one I've heard. It's a great song. The hourglass too. Very poignant with that symbolism. It's very glitchy. I'm trying to catch all the images. The butterfly, the flower, the people. And about 8 or so characters. Okay, man, those things go by so fast. I almost want to like stop and watch all of them again, but I can't sit here and overanalyze it because I'm about to watch a series and I don't want to accidentally gain something like some sort of knowledge that I'm not supposed to have past a first viewing. But I'm definitely going to keep an eye out as I watch the show, of course, as well. Alright, yeah, so that was the first opening. A really, really good song. That's the one I've heard before. It's always in those like top 100 anime openings videos and stuff, so I've heard it in passing. I've never heard the entire thing. Really only that sort of like main drop, I guess you could call it. Yeah, really like poignant with the symbolism, a lot of clocks, a lot of hourglasses, a lot of focus on the main character, Okabe, I think his name is, like I said, and another woman with a sort of like lacy hat. They're always like facing each other or facing the other direction away from each other and then like walking opposite sides of the street. So this is maybe just a guess, but maybe she's dead or somewhere else and he has to find a way to get to her. That's, of course, it's a reach. I'm just trying to guess what I can from the show, just from the opening visuals. Yeah, not too much to grasp onto. It's very like glitchy, and I assume that has to do with like maybe time being reversed or undone or something like that, you know, timelines being inconsistent and things always changing. So maybe that's what the glitchiness is all about. I don't really know. Like I said, I don't really know how much I can gain from these considering I've never seen them before and I don't really know anything about the plot. So really, really solid first opening. I'm interested to see what the other ones are going to be like because I know I've never heard any of the other, like the other opening or the endings. I've never heard them before. So let's get straight into opening 2. There's that girl again. Amadeus system. It seems very technology based, like a lot of like numbers and code, and maybe the glitchiness has something to do with that. Maybe the time travel is through like a machine or something. Damn, he looks sharp. I like the fit. I like the color scheme of the show, by the way. It's almost kind of like washed out. It's very interesting, but it's very distinct in style. Got the gears turning in the background. Presumably 2 o'clock. I think this is the same woman that was wearing the hat before, but I can't tell. Okay, okay. He's running. Ooh. Interesting. He reached out and tried to grab, but he couldn't. This is made by White Fox. Wow, I didn't even know that. I wonder if there was like a discrepancy in the timelines, maybe messed something up. Yeah, look at that machine in the background. Maybe that's the time travel machine. All right, another great song. I actually didn't know this was made by White Fox. I know this is actually kind of an older show. I think it's like 2011, if I'm not mistaken, which is around the year that I actually started watching anime. I think I started watching in 2010. So it's right around about as old as my veteran watching career is now, which is kind of crazy that I've never seen it up till now. I think something, first off, I don't know too many people in my own personal life that have seen it, so I haven't been like recommended it a ton, but I've heard really nothing but praises about it. I've heard it's a bit slow at the beginning, which is totally okay with me because I love a good character build. I love a good story build. If the world building is good, and especially if it's about time travel, because if I'm honest with you, time travel for me is almost a little bit hard to keep up with sometimes. I actually just watched another anime called Vivi Fluoride Eyes Song, which, by the way, if you've never seen Vivi, please, please, please go watch it. It's only 12 episodes or 13, I think. It's very fantastic, and it has to do with time travel as well. I'm not going to say anything more than that. Go in blind, but I know there was times in that show where I was a little bit confused and it was a bit hard to keep up because that show is very, very fast paced. And if I wanted anything from it, it's that if it slowed down a little bit and I got, you know, maybe more episodes and more time, I could have really, really enjoyed that even more. So, you know, like I said, I'm totally okay if it's a little bit slower paced at times, because if it's a really complicated plot, then I'm probably going to need that. Awesome song, awesome opening, awesome visuals. The characters look cool. The storyline looks cool so far. I'm just really interested to get into it. So let's check out the first ending. All right, this one just comes in. It's a lot slower. The clocks, they're everywhere. Not so heavy on the visuals, but the music is a vibe. It sounds kind of getting mixed feelings from the vibes. I can't tell if it's happy or like sad sounding. I can kind of tell that it's like one of those that when an episode ends, it kind of just sits with you. It's one of those ones that it's like alcohol on the burn, you know? To be fair, I don't even know if this is like a happy or a sad story, but the openings kind of didn't look super upbeat. And if I know anything about White Fox, they usually don't pick up shows that are happy-go-lucky. Looking at you, ReZero. Is this broken glass? Maybe from the clock? Or the hourglass. Ah. Ooh. Purple hair girl. Or is that... She's so naked. That's crazy. Hey, this show's got everything. Yeah, so not a lot to say about that one, obviously, because it didn't have too many visuals. It really only gave us a couple things, a broken hourglass and a girl at the end. I'm wondering if that's actually the red-haired girl and it's just like a different color scheme or a different color palette, kind of doing a JoJo's thing there. It might be somebody else because we've never seen somebody with purple hair up until now. So I'm wondering if it's actually somebody else, if it's just the red-haired girl. I don't know, but it was a good song. The vibes are a little bit off. I mean, they seem kind of sad and the visuals kind of represent that. Maybe the whole show is about a broken timeline and then it's gonna work backwards into trying to fix a timeline. I don't know. The broken glass, obviously, the broken hourglass is showing something is obviously wrong. So I guess I'm really just reaching at straws here. I'm just trying to just shoot my shot out there and guess, but yeah. All right, let's get into the second ending. All right, this is the only version I could find. It's got that weird like 60 FPS interpolation, so it doesn't look that good, but that's all right. It's flowing into his cape. Very similar imagery. There's her again. Ooh, okay. I like that. It's a good sound. That guitar in the background is sick. What is that between him? Are those like hands of a clock? He's like laughing and glass is breaking. He's going crazy. It's a crazy laugh. Time things can really probably break a person if they have to go through something a lot. There's her again. Don't know why she's always naked. But I can't say I'm upset about it. There's definitely a focus on these two though. But they have this distance between each other. They're never facing each other. Yep, they pass each other by. Reaching out into the time. Oh, man. Okay, so that does it for the both openings and both endings. I'm gonna tell you what I actually think I can confidently say about the plot. The plot seems to be about a journey, as stories typically are, but it's about a journey, and I'm very much assuming that the journey has to do with our scientist character trying to get to or reach out to this woman in the hat, who I can only assume is somebody he maybe knew at one point that was lost or something. Because I'm trying to think, if this is a time travel show and if you have to get somebody through time, then I can assume they probably died. But what throws me off a little bit is there's this girl with the red hair as well, and he was also chasing after her in one of the second opening, I think it was. So I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on, but it seems that it's not going so well for him. The vibes are not great. I hate that word. I don't know why I use that word. The emotions seem to be coming out of him, especially in that second ending. It seems that it's not going so well. That laugh did not look like a happy laugh. I don't really know, but I think this just set up the right amount of mystery. I didn't really get spoiled for anything besides like maybe a couple characters and stuff and maybe a general idea of a plot that's very loose and very like, you know, not confirmed at all. So I'm pretty much super excited to get into this show. I've heard a lot of great things. I've got, quite frankly, pretty high expectations going into it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's not like the most insane wow hype reaction in the world, but that's just, you know, it's not my style. I like to just watch things for what they are. I like to just dive into it, enjoy the music, enjoy the visuals, share my thoughts, and pretty much say that if you're interested in joining the journey as I start the show, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I know reaction channels are not the thing people subscribe to too much, but you know, if you want to, I would really appreciate it. I'm also watching Haikyuu on the channel if that interests you. I'm almost finished with the second season. And yeah, that's pretty much it. My name's Cast. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.